Yeah, we're live.
Okay, so welcome everyone to this Housing, Property and Regulatory Services Cabinet Member meeting, which I've been asked to lead on as Councillor Khan is away. Do we have any apologies?
No apologies, Chair. Thank you.
Okay, there's no late items that I've been made aware of. No declarations of interest. Okay, so the substantive item today is statement of community involvement version for brief.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
cool.
Right. Thank you.
Over to you.
Nikki Bartley, Planning Policy Team Leader. Yeah, the first of the two reports on today's agenda relates to the statement of community involvement. The statement of the SCI, as we know it, sets out how the council engages with the public in preparing planning policy documents, most notably the local plan, and in determining planning applications. We're required to review our statement of community involvement every 5 years, and our current SCI was adopted back in 2017, and we've now reviewed it to make sure that it's still up to date, both in terms of complying with the council's corporate policies and taking account of any new consultation methods. The review that's been undertaken found that, subject to some minor updating, the statement of community involvement is still effective and relevant. The review has also allowed us to make the statement of community involvement more user-friendly for those people that may rely on accessibility software such as screen reading technology. So today we're therefore seeking approval of the revised statement of community involvement version 3 to come into use by the council.
Okay, thank you for that. Anything to add to that? Yeah. That's brilliant. Okay, no, I've gone through the document and there's been a slight change made to recommendation 2.2.
Yeah, that's right.
I think there's some wording missing there. Wasn't there earlier? Okay, so I'm happy to approve that. It's item 4 approved. And item 5 was the local development scheme version 6.
That's right. I think
Is that you again, Nick?
it is me again. Yeah,
right.
I think actually it's version 8 we've got. I'm not sure if we've got the right.
It is version 8. It's
Yes.
me looking at 8 and saying 6.
That's all right. That didn't had me going for a moment there. Yeah. So
I just said if you're listening to it.
Definitely. The second item for you today is the local development scheme, which is effectively the timetable for producing planning policy documents, in particular the local plan. Cabinet back in December 21 approved work to begin on a new local plan for Derby, and this is the kind of revision to the timetable. The local development scheme has been prepared to set out the next stages of our work on the local plan. Just as a bit of background, having an up-to-date local development scheme is important. When an inspector comes to independently examine our local plan, they have to consider whether the plan has been prepared in accordance with the milestones that we've set out, and failure to comply with that can result in problems with the plan making process and us being found unsound and having to go back in stages of the local plan making process. Importantly, actually, the local development scheme also provides the starting point for local community to know when things are happening with the local plan and other planning policy documents, and when they can become engaged. And obviously the SCI that you've just approved obviously tells people how they can then become engaged. So version 8, which is before you today, covers the next 3 years of plan making activities and really highlights the new local plan for Derby. So work began on that obviously when we received cabinet approval back at the end of 21, and we've been doing evidence gathering since then, and we'll be looking to do a draft plan May, June next year, and looking to submit for an independent examination by the planning inspectorate in June 2025, with a view to adopting in May 2026. Just in terms of other influencing factors, it's worth noting that the government has recently begun a consultation on a new style of local plan that comes out through the current level of government regeneration bill, which is going through its parliamentary process. Well, we're still digesting what that kind of consultation means. We are satisfied that any work that we do under the current local plan making system, we would be able to integrate into the new plan making system if we decide to switch to a new style plan in the future. And further consideration will be given to this as we understand more about the consultation, and any changes to our preferred approach will be reported to Cabinet. So there may be changes in the future, but at the moment we think we need to proceed under the current local plan making system, and that's why we're seeking approval to bring this version of the local development scheme into effect from the date of this decision.
Okay, and then up until May 26th, the current LDS assume just applies.
Well, this LDS will replace the current one, but until the new local plan is adopted, the current local plan remains in
Stays in
place.
place, yeah.
That's correct, yeah.
Okay. Again, anything to add? No, brilliant. All right, thank you. No, happy to approve recommendations 2.1 and 2.2 for item 5 as well. Okay, thank you both for your time.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Well
Thank
done.
you, Dom. Thank you.